All right, welcome in, hockey fans. It is hockey night tonight. How's everyone doing out there on this Friday night? Are you partying? Are you celebrating? Are you having some fun? Are you ready for some Chiefs hockey? Let's do this. Yes, Chiefs coming up a little bit later. And we have a new addition to the team. Just saying. Was able to work out something to get something on the team a little bit later on. So we'll check that out a little bit later. This is Friday night hockey. Yes, Friday night hockey. Good to see Jenks in the chat, see Flying WV in the chat. If anyone's watching this on YouTube, leave a comment and I can post your comment just like this. Check, check. Literally, hockey. That's what you do. You check, check. Or if you're watching this on Twitch, maybe you found me through the EA NHL 25 title on the stream and you're going through different streams and looking for a good hockey game to watch. Well, hey, don't go any further. Don't leave and go to another one. You're not going to find better entertainment for EA hockey. Well, okay, maybe that guy and that guy and that person and that person, but I'm definitely top 50 streaming the game tonight from Canada wearing a Chiefs jersey. I'm in the top 50. All right. We got a lot to go through today. This is season number 8 of Get Reggie a Cup, Get the Chiefs a Cup. Put the foil on, take off the helmet, put on the sharp blades, and get ready to go around the rink because even though I do a lot of OOTP baseball, hockey is my passion. Hockey is the sport I am more obsessed about and know a lot more about each player. I remember when I was young, I don't know how you guys are with sports, but when you're young, your memory is so much better and you know exactly the numbers of the players, you know which lines they played on, you know which guy fell on his butt at what time in the second period. You have such a good memory when you're young. All these different events that happen in sport. Believe me, if you're under 40 right now, treasure those, enjoy those, because when you get over 40, the memories aren't as easy to bring back up. They're not as easy. So, yes, we got a lot of hockey to play tonight. Hopefully, we can get past our 23 wins. So, this is Get Reggie a Cup. But a few little odds and ends. I like to go around the NHL each Friday night and take a look at what's going on around the league. So let's do that, shall we? Let's go to the ESPN scoreboard. 2 games underway right now in the NHL and 2 more coming up a little bit later. We have the Detroit Red Wings, 6-5-1 on the season. They are currently losing to the why is it whenever I stream Slapshot hockey, the Maple Leafs are playing and winning? Come on. I got to start streaming on a different day. Maple Leafs, my least favorite team, even though they are Canadian. And if they were in the finals, I would cheer on them if they were only the Canadian team in there because go Canada. We haven't had a cup in Canada since the early 1990s with Montreal, I believe. We've come close with Ottawa. We've come close with Vancouver, but just haven't got there since the early 1990s. Some of you probably weren't even born the last time Canada won a Stanley Cup. The other game going on right now, it's the Washington Capitals, boiled eggs favorite team, playing Sidney Crosby. We're not going to see many more of these Crosby Ovechkin matchups. They were a staple. They were, hockey between Pittsburgh and Washington was always a big event. Not so much now. They're getting on in their late 30s, both players. Crosby drafted in 2005, Ovechkin drafted in 2004. So we're talking 20 years, 20 years that Ovechkin has been playing now. And 19 for Sid. 2-2 tied almost. Yeah, we are at the end of the second period. So both games at the end of 2. The other games coming tonight, Minnesota Wild taking on those Ducks from Anaheim. And Minnesota's 9-2-2. Kaprizov having a great season. Minnesota having a great season. And then a little bit later, we have in Seattle, the Kraken, 5-8-1, taking on the Golden Knights, 9-3-1. So if we look at the standings right now in the Eastern Conference, we got the Atlantic and Metropolitan. The way hockey playoffs work, it's the top 8 teams. The top 3 in each division automatically qualify for the playoffs. And then the best 2 teams of the remaining teams get the wild card. So right now it'd be Florida, Toronto, and Tampa Bay that have the locked in playoff spots. In the Metropolitan, it would be Carolina, New Jersey, and Washington. And then the top 2 point getters after that would be the New York Rangers. They would get the number 7 seed. And probably, the Boston Bruins would have the number 8 seed. In the Western Conference, those Winnipeg Jets, man, what fun it would be to be a Winnipeg Jet fan right now. They are 13-1. Amazing. 13-1, the best team in the NHL right now, 26 points. The next closest team has 21. That's how good Winnipeg is. So Hellebuck, Scheifele, everyone playing in Winnipeg, playing really well right now, and they have the top spot in the Central. Minnesota would also be a playoff team. So would Dallas, and in the Pacific, it would be Vegas, Los Angeles, and the Vancouver Canucks. So the very west coast of North America so far, other than Anaheim and San Jose and Seattle. The 2 wild card right now looks like it would be Utah with 15 and Calgary with 16. Who would have thunk that as of right now, the Edmonton Oilers would not be in a playoff position? 6-7-1. Connor McDavid was out with an injury for a few games there. They lost to Vegas last night. They play Vancouver tomorrow. They got to win these division games. I'm telling you, Edmonton always puts you on the edge of your seat. Going to within 1 game of a final cup win last year, and now they're not even in a playoff spot. Whereas Florida, who was the cup winner last year, they have 21 points and they are leading the Atlantic. Let's take a look at the statistics. Who is having a great season so far? Let's start with point leaders. Nathan McKinnon leading Colorado with 25. If you're in any hockey pools, he's definitely going to help you out. There's Kaprizov with 24, Kucherov with 23, and Cale Makar, 23 points, leading all defensemen. Goaltender-wise, it's Frederik Andersen from the Carolina Hurricanes, 149 goals against average. There's Winnipeg's Connor Hellebuck at 191. Casey DeSmith, the backup goalie for Dallas, and Kevin Lankinen filling in for Thatcher Demko as Demko's injured. He's their number 1 goalie, and Lankinen's doing a great job. And how about Stolarz with Toronto? Like, Toronto picked him up very cheap. Toronto has always had an issue with goaltenders over the last few years. And of all the goalies they've had Samsonov. They had, I can't remember, they've had so many goalies. Joseph Wall. And this guy would be the guy that you would think would do the worst, but he's having a great season. Goal-wise, Kucherov and Reinhart have 11. Hischier, Nylander, and Caulfield each have 10. And if we look at the wins, of course, it is Connor Hellebuck with 10 wins on the season already. Man, again, Winnipeg just playing lights out. So we'll take a look at the scores a little bit later, but after 2 just getting underway in the third period, Maple Leafs over Detroit 2-1, and Pittsburgh and Washington tied at 2. All right, well, it is time to get into some Slapshot hockey. That's right. Slapshot hockey is back. Let me make sure this is on my screen and I can see everything appropriately. Let's make the window a little bit smaller. And before we get into the regular season, we have to take a look where we are going in to season number 8. That's right. It's already season number 8. Just seems like 2 months ago I was creating players. Wait a minute, Lap. It was 2 months ago. Well, it just seems like yesterday that we were creating players. So this is what we have for our lines right now. Let's see if we need to make any adjustments from what the computer recommends. We have Baffle Robitaille on the top line with Roger McQueen and Smiley Face Oshie. On line number 2, so far we have O's Bones with Ezra McCovey. And our newest acquisition, that's right, Kitty Caldwell. This is the player created by A-Dub. A-Dub, this was the only player we didn't have on the Chiefs because we were not successful in trying to trade for this person. But we have Kitty Caldwell now. Fantastic. We had to, let me show you what we had to do. Kitty was a free agent, but in the NHL, they're called restricted free agents. And so as a free agent, we had to put out an offer sheet for Kitty Caldwell. And we offered, what did Kitty sign for? Let me put it back on here. Kitty, we had to give Kitty a lot of meow mix, if you know what I mean. A lot of a meow mix for Kitty because Kitty signed a contract. Where's the contract here? $13.325 million. Kitty said, meow, meow, meow. I'm not turning that down, and accepted the offer. And then Ottawa, who had Kitty's rights, they had the right to match it. And they decided not to match it. And by not matching it, we had to give up 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and a third-round pick, which I'm okay with. We will not have a first-round pick for the next 2 years. I tried to offer 4 first-rounders during last season, and Ottawa said, no, thank you. So I said, fine. We'll wait until Kitty becomes a free agent. We'll put out an offer sheet, and we'll go from there. So we actually got Kitty a little bit cheaper. Kitty is a big tipper. A-Dub, big tipper. Bouncer, shutdown, crease crasher, truculence, and stick 'em up. And right now, Kitty has the highest rating, 90 overall. Kitty has played in Ottawa the last 3 years, putting up 63 points, 66 points, and the best season last year, 75 points. So that's going to be a much added boost to our team. Our third line is looking like franchise Carlson, Clark Jenks, and boiled eggs player Dominic Habscheid. And then on the fourth line, we have Jeff Hansen, we have Jack Hansen, and we have Brent Fork. On the defense, I think we have all Charlestown Chief players now. We have Trey Bozo, who was drafted in the first round, 3rd overall in his draft year 2028. We have John Calgill, who was drafted by Los Angeles. We traded for John Calgill that same season. First round pick, 5th overall. We have Fussmucker. Fussmucker was a 3rd overall pick in 2027. So that is our original property. And Fuss in the offseason has signed an 8-year deal. That's right. Fussmucker is not going anywhere for 8 years. Signed a $5 million, took a team-friendly deal. Thank you, Fussmucker. I didn't have to pay you $13 million. $5 million per year for 8 years for Fussmucker. So I thank you for taking that deal. Also on defense, we have a draft pick that we took in the 2nd round of 2025, Viktor Volkov. So Viktor Volkov qualifies a defensive defenseman, 4 years remaining on Victor's contract at $1.775 million. Ray Turnbull was another draft pick, 2nd round, 34th overall in the 2029 draft. And Ray Turnbull has 2 years left on a $1 million per contract. So he'll be up for a contract soon. And then we have Jacob Latpitov. He was a Charlestown Chief 4th rounder back in 2025, 100th picked overall defensive defenseman. And Lapitov, 2 years left on his $1.225 million contract. And finally, our 6th defenseman, I guess we went through all of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So our defense, not too bad. Not too bad. I'm really impressed with Bozo, Cowgill, and Fussmucker. That's a very solid three. And we do have GT Sundowns player coming up next year that is going to make the team after one more year in junior. And then in nets, we've got our two community created players. We have Steve Santo Lemieux, who I had to sign to another contract. We traded for Steve, first round pick, 21st overall by Columbus. We made a quick trade before it cost a lot more. And the coach is very satisfied with Steve Santo Lemieux on the team right now. Steve is signed to a 6-year deal. He negotiated hard last offseason. He wanted either a lot of money or he wanted a lot of guarantees. So we gave him a lot of money because we still had a lot of cap space. So 13.4 million signed for the next 6 season for Steve Santo Lemieux. And our other goaltender backing up right now, a butterfly goaltender drafted 22nd overall by Florida. We made the deal to get Minerva Madsen on the team. Minerva, very high coach satisfaction. The coach is really happy with the progress by Minerva. And on the last year of his deal. So we're going to have to re-sign Minerva Madsen after this season, currently making under $1 million. So hopefully Minerva will be a team player. So that's what we're looking at in the minors. We don't have many of our drafted players. These are just kind of fill-ins that I had to sign as free agents. Marks is a Charlestown Chief. Oops, we don't want to scratch him. Where's Marks? There's Marks. So Marks is a Chief. Byers we drafted. We drafted Willie Dice, 6th rounder. We drafted Noah DeJustine. And all the other ones were just free agents because, again, we have not drafted enough players yet to fill out 2 rosters, just 1. On defense, I don't think we have any studs coming up on defense. We have Kuta, who, again, probably is not going to make the team. Drafted in the 6th round, already 24 years old. And we have Hextall, a 24-year-old defensive defenseman, might make it on the team. Right now, what is the rating? 68 overall. I like to have them at least 75. So hopefully Hextall could progress a little bit more. Koltsov, not one of our players that we drafted, and neither were the other 2. So not a lot of Charlestown Chiefs down in the minors, but that's okay. We've only been at this 7 seasons. Let's go back to the NHL. So I want to see if I can optimize the lines a little bit. Franchise in the house. Good to see you, Franchise. International House of Applebee's. Well, you guys have appetizers? TX Jenks, an 8-year sentence. Well, Fussmucker, I had to sign Fuss. And Fuss was willing, like I was surprised. Like a lot of these players want big money, but Fussmucker said, Lap, for you, I'll just take $5 million for 8 years. That was a no-brainer. Whereas John Cowgill, like when he signed his first contract, he wanted $8.5 million. He's got 3 years left on his contract, so I don't know what John's going to be asking for with the next contract. In terms of our forwards and their contract situation, Bafo Robitaille, 88 overall. Coach is very happy with him. He's on the last year of his contract, and I think he might be pretty expensive because he had a great season for us last year. Led all of our players in scoring. So that could be an expensive one. Roger McQueen, who was our first ever overall draft pick back in 2025, I think. Yeah, 2025, we drafted him 2nd overall before the community players got into the game. Coach is happy with him, and he's on a 4-year, $7.4 million contract. So I think that's still a pretty good bargain. Smiley Face Oshie, 2 years left on the deal, $5 million. Smiley's probably going to demand upwards of $9 or $10 million. in a couple years. Hopefully, we'll have the cap space to sign all these people. Kitty Caldwell, who we brought into the team, I mentioned earlier, signed to a free agent deal. Ottawa did not match the deal, so we got Kitty, and we had to give up 2 firsts, 1 second, and a third round pick in that RFA signing. Ezra McCovey, 4 years left, $3.4 million deal. Ezra signed a team-friendly first contract, so thank you, Ezra. O's Bones was a little more expensive, but we did lock O's Bones up for 8 years. Now, you may say that is a prison sentence. I say it's a blessing because by the time that contract runs out, this is going to be a bargain. O's Bones right now is currently 84 overall, elite, low elite potential, and the coach is very high on O's Bones, or just very high. Dominic Scheid is on his entry-level contract. He was a rookie last year, so he's got a couple more years at the cheap $1 million salary. Franchise Carlson, 4 years left, $2.75 million, so on a team-friendly deal. Clark Jenks, last year of his contract as a entry-level contract, so he's going to be looking to sign a much more lucrative deal after this season. I'm going to have to sweet talk him and say, Clark, come on, sign for less than $3 million. We'll see. I'm hoping I can sign Clark long term and put him back in his jail cell for another 8 years. Brent Fork, 4-year deal, $3.975 million. Again, I do this all off screen because it's boring to go through all the contract negotiations. So I do that all off screen. And then the Hanson brothers, last year of their contract on the entry level deal at about $1 million apiece. So that is what our contract situation looks like. Okay, let's see if we can get better chemistry. Kitty, what if we move you to the top line? Ooh, that gives us a +3 there. Ezra? No, that makes it worse. O's Bones, if we move you up. Oh, +5. That's the best you can have, by the way, is +5. So that second line is going to be rocking and rolling. Ezra McCovey with Smiley and with Baffle. All right. Can we make any other changes here? Anything else that might improve? I don't want to keep the Hansons together, though. I'm not going to take that 1 point. Anyone else we can move? +4, +1. I think that's the best we're going to get. Robitaille, no. Well, if we move Habshide up to the top line, no, that won't do any good. Franchise, if you go to the top line, nope. And Jenks, nope. This is the best we're going to do. I'm happy with that. Top 2 lines are in the positive. And on defense, let's see if we can change things around because we have a -3 and a -2. Jenks says just offer him a Starbucks gift card. You can buy, I think after this contract, you'll be able to buy a lot of coffee and probably a lot of specialty coffees. You know, mocha, 3 whipped, ice, shaken, low foam, grande in a venti cup. Okay, let's see if we can fix these lines. If we move Lapitov up, helps a little bit. Turnbull, that helps a bit. Volkov up, no. Turnbull up, no. Fussmucker's got to be up there. Oh, Fuss and Calgill. Yeah, we got to put them back together. They're a +4. Okay, now let's see if we can even out the bottom 2 pairings. I guess that's a little better. Now, Fuss shoots right and Calgill shoots right. That's okay. 2 righties, 2 lefties, and a lefty righty. But I like the righty on the left-hand side for that one-timer. Did we get anything better here? Nope. We're going to go with that. And in net, let's make sure that Steve is our number 1 goalie. He is. That is cool. So there we go. That's what our lineups are going to look like going into this season. Next up, our captains. I did not change the captains from last year. Why should I? Because our captains led us to the most wins in franchise history. So Franchise Carlson will still be our captain. Killer Carlson going to be the captain for this year, number 42. Smiley Face Oshie, our first community player that we drafted, is going to be an assistant captain. And on the defensive end, we're keeping the assistant captaincy with John Calgill. Bus, did you was your original number 15? I can't remember because I can change it. Did you have a different number? Hook Jenks up to the IV. Baffle in the house, our top scorer last year. You can't create a player now, a real Waylon, because once you start the franchise, it doesn't let you create some new players. But we're going to be doing other franchises down the road. This is just the first one. So we'll definitely make sure we get you in the game there. Boiled Egg in the house. Welcome in, Boiled Egg. We've got a raid. Thank you for coming in. We're just looking at the lineup going into our next season. Yep, 15 for Fussmucker. Okay. So again, if you're just coming in, these are the lines that we're going to go with for season number 8. It's the best chemistry. Our newest player, Kitty Caldwell. And have you guys seen Kitty Caldwell? Have you seen Kitty Caldwell? Let me show you. Because that's one player we haven't had a good look at because Kitty's been on Ottawa. Here is our newest Charlestown Chief. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's going to bring us at least 5 more wins, guys. Like you don't want to. This is a Chief. This is a Slapshot guy. You don't want to mess with him. Caldwell, AW's player. Finally, we were able to sign as an RFA. We had to give up 2 first rounders and a second and a third rounder. Also, for those that might not have seen their player, I know Baffle has been in and out, but this is Baffle Robitaille. Take a quick look at Baffle. After Luke Robitaille, of course. Beardless. We don't want to give him a beard because Luke Robitaille never had a beard. There he is, Baffle Robitaille. The hair is even colored. There you go. The dye is in, and Baffle Robitaille is wearing a helmet. I think everyone else you're familiar with your player looks like. I will show you Boiled Egg because Boiled Egg, we didn't get to pick a look to Boiled Egg. We had to go with whatever the AI gave us. So this is Dominic Habscheid. Oh yeah, there's a Boiled Egg if I ever saw one. All right, but we got to give him the 1970s mustache, right? Where is it? Do we even have it here? I don't think so. Where is that? Oh, there it is. There it is. Boiled Egg. We get to give you that mustache. Beard color, beard length. No, we're good. If we do make the playoffs, what I mean, when we make the playoffs, you're going to grow a beard. There you go. We're going to give you maybe we'll give you a different hair color. You're pretty old. Let's give you gray. He grayed pretty early in his life. Okay, there we go. There is a Boiled Eggs player with the new mustache. And Boiled Egg does not wear a helmet. I'm sorry. No, Boiled Egg would not wear a helmet. No helmet for Boiled Egg. Okay, let's save that. And Boiled, I think we can give you a number too. So let's go back and give you a number. You can pick a number here. Where is my captains? Captain, there you are. Dominique Habshide. 32 in honor of Dale Hunter. Okay, you can't take 32. Who's 32? We're going to strip him. So we're going to strip the guy that has number 32. Who is it? No one has 32. Oh, Brent. Brent, sorry, we're taking 32. Brent is from Idaho. When did Idaho become what can we give Brent? Oh, I know I had 32 for Brent because he's Brent 3232. Well, he's moved up in the world. He's now Brent. Let's make him Brent 11. Let's give him Mark Messier's number. And then we got to go over and give Habshide number 32. There we go. All right, Mark Habshide, number 32. If anyone else is in chat wants me to change their number, Clark Gillies, Clark Jenks is number 9, which I think you requested. Robitaille is number 20. Carlson 42. Oshie 74. I don't think we could go up to 111. I think that's the highest we can go is like 98. I don't think they let you pick 99 because that's been retired everywhere. All right, so those are our lines. The next thing we have to do is we have to give our players some season goals. And by giving team players season goals, if they achieve them, then they get to boost their ratings. So, Smiley Face Oshie, I hope you're cooperative this week. We're going to give you a player performance goal, long-term goal. And let's give you a stat challenge. And we're going to give you an assist. Try to get 50 assists by the end of the year, which will boost your ratings. Okay. Thank you, Smiley. Let's go talk to Mr. Robitaille, who led our team in scoring last year. So let's give you a season goal. We're going to give you a long-term goal for goals. And can you put up 40 goals this year? You'll strive for it? Okay. Thank you, Robitaille. Although you're only on the second line, that might hurt you a little bit. Who else? John Calgill. What do I want to give you? I want to give you an on-ice goal here. Play style, position. John, can I convince you this year to become a two-way defenseman? We draft. Oh, no, you're not willing to. John playing hardball. Man. Well, what else can we try and talk you into? Can we make you a left defenseman so that you and Fussmuck are on opposite sides? Are you willing to play left defense? Okay. All right, John. All right, good. Because both of you guys were on the right-hand side there. So that's going to work. We'll make that a long-term goal. You got 2 months. Game on, John says. Game on. Okay, finally, some cooperation. Next, I want to try and make. Where is he? I want to try and make Clark Jenks. I think Clark right now is a enforcer. I want to try and make Clark a power forward. So on ice play, are you willing to change your play style, Clark? Yes, you are. Okay. Are you willing to become a power forward? Yes, Clark. Remember that, Clark, when it comes to the contract negotiation at the end of the year, how accommodating I was as your manager. Okay, good. So Clark has a long-term goal of becoming a power forward. And what else do I want to change here? Franchise, are you willing to become a playmaker? I want to see if I can get some more playmakers here. We got too many power forwards and tough guys. Let's make it a long-term goal. Actually, I can't. We're going to see if we can get you another X factor. Can we get you because you're playing center ice. Are you willing to improve your face-offs with a quick draw? Game on. All right, good. Game on. Okay, we got to go talk to Cub fan Steve because Cub fan Steve needs some support. Season goal, long term. Let's make it a stat challenge. We want to see you challenge for the number one job. Let's go for an award challenge. Yeah, let's see if you can keep your number one job. Challenge accepted. Good. That'll boost your rating if you stay number one. That should be an easy one for Steve. Who else do we want to talk to? Hanson, season goals. Brent, can you just stay on the ice and not fall too much? Season goal, short term, stat challenge. 10 goals or 15 assists. Let's try and get you 15 assists for the first half of the season. Okay, Brent, can you try and put in 15 assists? Ezra McCovey. Ezra's an enforcer. I want to make Ezra's a center, plays center right now. So I want to see if I can make Ezra a playmaker. That's going to be tough, going from enforcer to playmaker. Are you willing to talk? No, you're not. What else can we try and convince you of? Are you willing to go to the wing then? Are you willing to play right wing? Okay, good. Let's make it a long-term goal to play right wing because you're not really a center. You're not really good at that. You get lost on the ice too much. Habshide. Let's see what we can give boiled egg. So Habshide is a rookie playing on the third line, I believe. So on ice play. Are you willing to become a playmaker? Oh, you're willing to listen. Okay, what do you want to be? Do you want to be a sniper or a playmaker? Or do we just go with two-way? I think let's go with sniper. You think he'll accept it? It's a 50-50 chance. All of these are 50-50 chances. So let's go with sniper. Come on, boiled egg. Do me proud. You're not willing to do it. Well, enjoy sitting on the bench then. Let's try one more time. Position. Let's see if I can move you to center. Boiled egg. Jeez. Fine. Rook. Sophomore. Who else do I want to talk to? Jinx, Fork, Hansen, Fussmucker. Fuss, it's time you start putting up some points. I signed you to an 8-year deal. It's not time to get lazy. Let's focus on an award for you. You've won 3 awards in a row. So let's see if we can get you a 4th award. We want to see you win some hardware. Fuss says, the only hardware I'm here for is the cup, but I'd like to hear what you expect of me. I'll tell you what I expect of you. I think you can do a lot better by winning a trophy. And Fuss says, game on. Okay, Fuss, I'm looking for 4 in a row from you now. I think we've talked to Roger McQueen. He's on the top 2 lines, so I better give him a goal. Let's give him a short-term assist goal. Stat challenge. 25 assists for the first half of the season. Game on. Anyone else? Those Bones. Can I convince O's Bones to become a sniper? No. Let's give you a season goal. How about a short-term goal scoring? Stat challenge. Can you get 15 goals in the first half of the season? Consider it done, he says. All right, I think. Oh, I didn't give John Cowgill a season goal just to switch positions. John. Let's Let's give you a long-term goal of another X factor. Let's see if we can get you another X factor. And let's see if we can get you shock and awe. You seem like a shock and awe player. Game on, he says. John is very cooperative this season. Okay. I think we're good in terms of the goals for our players. This is something new this year to the game. First year in EA NHL that they've allowed you to set goals. You can set them at the end of the season for the off-season training, and you can set it at the beginning of the season for that specific season. So if they do achieve those goals, then they get a boost in ratings. Taking a look at the progress from last year in terms of the ratings, Steve Santo Lemieux went up 3. Oshie had a plus 18 statistical growth. Excellent. Played well. Robitaille was a plus 22 in terms of improving the statistical growth. Who else had a big year? 17 for O's Bones. And 12 for one of the Hansons. Somewhere. Oh, it was a minus 12. Never mind. Jack Hansen did not have a great year. Habscheid in rookie year, a little bit of statistical growth, not that much. Okay, I think we are ready for the season. Let me just double check, make sure I've covered everything. Let's do a save. All right, game on. We are ready to go to opening day. Sim to the next game. I'm going to put the Helm Biscuit bet up after I talk with the coach. All right, coach, have a seat. Hello, Laptop Hound. This season, we have a great opportunity to focus on winning. Really? Promise? And run this team the way we want. Let's establish our goals and strive for success. Okay. What is our season goal? Oof. Not to make the final. No, no, no. Compete for a playoff spot. Okay. I think this could be the year. And in the preseason, our goal is to improve our skill training. These guys are good physically, but they need more skill. Okay, coach, we're done with you. Anyone else want to talk? O's Bones comes to the front office. It says you want to make sure you're still going to be guaranteed to be a top 6 player. Okay, I'll guarantee you that this year. And power play? Yep. Good. Man, O's Bones expects a lot. Anyone else want to come in and talk? Anyone? No? We're good? Okay. Let's put up the Helm Biscuit in the chat. Season prediction. Let's go with over under 28.5 wins. We're going to leave it up for 2 minutes. Bet your Helm Biscuits. Will the Chiefs? Last year we had 23. The year before we had 17 or 18. We've come a long way from our 1-win season. Will the Charlestown Chiefs win more than 28 games this year? D-Block is needy. I know. Was he really wearing kitten ears? I missed that. Yes, Fuss, you are a team player. Cheers. Yeah, I'm glad that this coach is. I fired that coach from last season. That coach is out of here. I hired a new one in the off season, one that has a winning attitude. And you can see it. He said, our focus should be on winning more games. He's on tilt after the Caldwell signing. Well, TB8, good to see you. Speaking of your player, let me just show you. I don't know if you saw it at the beginning. I don't think we gave your player a goal. Where's Trey Bozo? Yeah, let's give Trey Bozo some sort of goal. On ice play. Play style. You know what? Are you willing to become? Oh, you're willing to listen. Okay. Do I want a chance at make you an offensive defenseman? I don't think so. I think we go with a two-way. We have all defensive defensemen. Are you willing? Because John wasn't willing. Fuss wasn't willing. Are you willing to become a two-way? Okay, we're still stuck on all defensive defensemen. I tried. Friggin' shame. Friggin' shame. However, you are, I think, we had to put you where the best chemistry was. So you are currently on the third line, because if we try to move you anywhere, it messes up the chemistry too much. So unfortunately, you're going to have to play with Volkov. Let's take a look at your full career stats. 2 seasons with the Chiefs. You went from a -30 to a -10. That's progress. You went from 83 shots to 115. So you should be a two-way defenseman. Why are you not willing to do that? You're a defensive defenseman, two-way. What's your offensive skills like? Offensive awareness, 75. You got a 97 slap shot power. You're not very accurate with it, but you can sure boom the puck. Shea Weber without accuracy. Your puck skills aren't that great. I think you need more training. Okay, there you go. There's a little bit more for Trey Bones. And if you missed it, we traded for Kitty Caldwell. Kitty Caldwell, we have every community player on the team right now, which is wonderful. And if Waylon's still in the chat, Waylon, when we do have another first round pick, you can pick the player and we'll designate that player for you, just like we did with GT Sundown and with Boiled Egg. So you won't get your own named player, but you'll get a player that we can call Waylon. Wayne Chuck did not get drafted. No, Wayne Chuck and Expos didn't get into the system because they were created too late. So they will be in the next franchise series. All right, looks like we get to play. Let's go to the regular season. We don't need to play exhibition. Exhibition. Injuries are off. Trades are off during the season. So we will not be trading for any players. And we do not have a first round pick. So it's going to be a very short draft at the end of the episode. We are salary cap compliant. And let's go to our first game. We are at home to the Carolina Hurricanes. At home to Carolina. Sweet, sweet, sweet Carolina. Okay, let me put this on the entire screen. Very good. Are you still tied with Pittsburgh there, Boiled Egg? Is it still 2-2? I saw it was 2-2 going into the third. Okay, let's stop this and share screen. Make sure we have the sound on. Maybe. Sound is on. There we go. Take myself off for a bit here. So this is what our team is looking like going into season number 8. There is Kitty Caldwell gets to be put on the front page right now because Kitty Caldwell is a 90 overall. Kitty did very well in Ottawa and is rated 90. Excellent. In terms of our Helm Biscuit bets, let's take a look. 90% think we're going to get over 28.5. I love the faith. 10% think that we're not going to get more than 28 wins. All right, we'll see how it turns out. You know what? Let's go with our alternate jersey this game. We haven't seen that one in action yet. So we're going to go with the alternate stitches. Caldwell ready to lay a few players out here. We are 77 offense, 66 defense, and 93 in terms of our goaltending. So that's a big improvement back to the first couple seasons. Let's go into the game. Let me know if you guys can hear any of the game action, please. Chiefs at home to the Carolina Hurricanes.
A real buzz in the air for this one tonight as two Eastern Conference rivals get set to renew hostilities on EA Sports. It's about to go down.
Sound too quiet, too loud.
The Hurricanes will look to go on the offensive as they win the opening draw. Takes a hit but still hangs on to the puck.
Whoa, neckish off the post. We almost gave up a goal in the first minute here, team. That's a good sign for us. All right, McQueen. Over to Mucker. Mucker shoots it in from center ice. Caldwell. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, kitty. You're purring tonight, buddy. Svechnikov gets tag team there. Here comes McQueen. Roger McQueen. Fans on the shot.
Takes the feed from the left side.
Svechnikov. It's hit by Cal Gill. Fights through it. Fussmucker. Outlets to Caldwell. Up to McQueen.
On the attack, they come down the right wing.
And we get our first shot on goal. One shot apiece.
Lots of time left in this period. Still no score in this one.
McCovey, Robitaille, and Oshie on the ice here for the Chiefs.
And they win the face-off.
Oh, Fussmucker with the little wrister. Shot on goal. Nice face-off win there by McCovey. 6'9" McCovey is. That's right, 6'9".
Off the face-off, they take the puck.
Lose the face-off. Robitaille backs off. Good defensive position. Moves in for the forecheck.
Got it in the defensive zone. And he moves it up to Iverson.
Iverson intercepted by Oshie. Turns it over to Robitaille. Here comes Robitaille. And taking off the puck. 1-on-3 there. Seth Jarvis for Carolina. He gets hit by McCovey. Fussmucker up to Oshie. McCovey. McCovey gets a nice shot on net. The announcers liked it, that's for sure. Oshie. Bad pass there, Oshie. Aho. Oh, Cowgill lays out Sebastian. Oshie loses the puck. Pretty sloppy play so far. McLeod coming in and Cowgill like hitting a brick wall. Here comes Habscheid. Boiled egg over to Jenks. Oh, what a play by Habscheid to Jenks, and just couldn't get the shot off. Jenks with the interception there. Bus turns it over. Oh, Cowgill. The cow is mooing tonight, laying everyone out. Ooh, another big hit there by Jenks. Right, Jenks. Got a breakaway. Go, Clark. Go. Faster. And gets the shot. 4 shots for the Chiefs, 2 for Carolina. Jenks is just a hustling out there. Definitely leading in hits. Habscheid. 1-on-1. 1-on-4. 1-on-5. No one to pass to. We have a pretty low IQ team. We got to work on our team IQ. Habscheid. Oh, and what a save by the Carolina goaltender. 5 shots for Charleston. Lapitov looking a little confused out there. And we need a couple more defensemen very soon. And Steve Santolomeu covers the puck up with 2 minutes and 29 seconds left to go in this first period. Caldwell, McQueen, and Bones back out there for the Chiefs.
McQueen's won the draw deep in the defensive zone.
Turnbull up to Caldwell, number 76. That's the number that A-Dub wanted.
The puck against the wall. And now he passes it to York. Carolina's got the puck in the defensive end.
Oh, big hit by Caldwell.
With possession along the wall.
Big hit by our defenseman. O's.
Determination on the puck, even though
our needy O's up to Lapitoff.
Really shows right there, James, as he finds a way to
Someone lost a glove. And that's going to do it for the first period. After one, Cowgill, the brick wall. Nice tag team there between Mucker and Cowgill. We had a Chief sandwich. And Cowgill with the shot on net as well. All right, after one period, we are out shooting them, out hitting them. They are out passing us and more time on the attack. 2 faceoffs, 1 apiece, and no penalty minutes yet. And a big hit by Caldwell there in the highlights. All right, let's go to period number 2. The Charlestown Chief fans are up and cheering Caldwell, McQueen, and Bones.
Well, Cheryl, how do you sum this one up through the first 20 minutes?
The Hurricanes will be a little frustrated after
another chance there for Bones. And these, we are definitely the more physical of the two teams. Oh, big pass to Bones. Bones coming in, and another blocker save. 7 shots for the Chiefs. Svechnikov. Ooh, sneaky little play there.
James, because he's in the slot and he needs to find a way to at least put this on net. It's a golden chance. That's really disappointing.
Comes Roger McQueen. Loses the puck.
Through center along the wing. Broken up with the
poke check there, Fuss.
Here's a short pass to Gill.
Now Gill to McQueen. Who's going to score a first goal of the season? Will it be tonight? Oh, lays him out. Who was that? Number 13, O's Bones, I think. Another hit by O's. Right, move it up, Fuss. You got some room. And a shot. Oh. We get a goal from a defenseman tonight.
Charlestown's got the puck along the boards. Tosses it to Gill. Now a quick pass to McCoy.
All right, second line on the ice now. McCovey, Oshie, and Robitaille. Robitaille waiting for the pass and gets the shot off before getting decked. Paid the price. McCovey, what a backhand pass. Cowgill caught up ice. It's okay, he recovers. To Oshie.
And a poke check knocks the puck away.
Puck possession needs definite improvement. Oh, Cowgill with the side hit. Fussmucker. And can you guys play all 60 minutes? Robitaille. Fuss moves up the ice. Get caught up there, Fuss. We need you in the back end.
The Hurricanes have a hold of it in the defensive zone. Steps across the line and on the attack down the right side.
Carlson, the franchise Carlson now on the ice. Line number 3. Jenks, Carlson. Carlson fights off a check up to Jenks. Jenks moving in, and a quick shot saved by the Carolina goaltender. 10th shot of the night. Big hit by Carlson on the end on the sideboards. Turnbull, one of our defensemen, our third line defense pairing. Shot on net, and that's going to be covered up with 5 minutes and 22 seconds left to go. In the second period, we are still tied at 0. Big hit by our captain.
Past the midway mark in this period. We've still got zeros on the board.
Yeah, 11 shots to 3, Fuss. We're definitely getting the better play here.
The Hurricanes win the draw here their own end. Looking dangerous as they move along.
Reminds me of the Edmonton Oilers. They outplay the team and then they get a weak goal against them. We got Steve Lemieux. All right, Habshide. Come on. Oh, very impressive between the legs and gets a good shot off. We're just giving them nothing offensively. Except that. And that. Steve with the save. Cover it up, Steve. Cover it. Good.
Late goings of this period.
Fourth line out to Fork, Hansen, and Hansen up against the top line for Carolina. Coach, I hope you know what you're doing. Fork, Hansen, and Hansen. Yeesh. Fight him, Steve. Fight him. Hansen, push him. We haven't seen a fight yet. One of these games we're going to see a fight. Ooh, Hansen with the win.
The Hurricanes have it now. Snaps one from the slot.
I like this matchup, Coach.
Sends it in front. He scores! What a goal!
Liam Petterstrom. First goal of the season, and Carolina will get on the board.
Coaches talk about crisp passing and execution. They get angry in your skating practice if it isn't on the tape.
We had our fourth line. We had our third line defensive pairing up against their top line. And we're home team, so we get last line change. The coach is keeping the fourth line back out there. 41 seconds to go. Svechnikov and Nekish get the assist. Oh, Fork almost breaks through there. Volkov up to Fork, pushes it ahead, chases it. And that's it for the second period. Late goal by Carolina gives the Hurricane a 1-0 lead. Well, we're out shooting them 12-7, out hitting them 24-17. The time on attack is almost dead even. And passing is pretty close as well. All right, looks like we're on a break here, on a Twitch break. So when we come back, we will resume with the third period. Back in a couple minutes. All right, here we are, ready to start period number 3. Down by 1 goal, out hitting them, out shooting them, even on attack, even on face-off wins. We need that little bit of a reward now for our fine play. Caldwell, McQueen, and Bones out there to start the third period.
Well, the moment of truth for both teams here as we are underway in the third.
Caldwell with a rocket.
The Chiefs are behind behind in this game, James, and there's only one reason: a hot goaltender. I mean, they're creating a ton of scoring chances, a lot of room on the ice. They know when to drive the play. They just haven't been able.
All
to
right,
solve
Steve
the problem.
Santolomeu with the save here early in the third period, down by 1. We started off the third with a huge cannon of a shot by Kitty Caldwell. They remain on the ice there against the Carolina top line.
The Chiefs get a hold of the puck in their own end. Charlestown's got
We
it
need a
in the red
break,
zone.
a tip in, off the butt,
Slapshot
something.
swinging the puck through center ice.
Bus with the
On the attack
rush.
along the boards.
Got a man open in
Guys
front.
digging in for that puck along the wall. From his own end.
Oh, number 76, Kitty Caldwell laid him out.
Quick pass
Now
to
Gill,
Rose.
Bones covering on D, up to Caldwell.
Looking to make something happen
Moving
along
in.
the boards.
Fans on the
Carolina's got
shot.
the puck inside the defensive zone.
You need better wood, Kitty.
Quickly over to
Get some better
Svechnikov.
wood.
Here's a shot. Gets a glove on it to make the save.
Well, Svechnikov got the shot off, but paid the price with a big hit by Calgill. Boom. A rag doll.
Lots of hockey left to be
All right,
played in this
Robitaille,
period.
McCovey, and
1-0
Oshie. Come on,
is
get
where we
something
sit at this
going.
point.
This is our plus
Oh,
two line,
got
I
it.
think.
They'll go on the attack here
Oh,
in the
it
offensive
almost
zone.
got by.
Coughs up the puck
McCovey
after that hit.
to Oshie.
The Chiefs play it along the boards. Throws it in. The Hurricanes get a hold of the puck along the boards. Oh, and a nice play to free up the puck there.
Big hit by McCovey.
Puck picked up by Robitaille.
Robitaille, little wrist shot. Oh, just we need a weak goal.
Stays out.
We don't have the skill yet. We got too much muscle, too much grit, too much
Inching
power.
closer to the midway
We need
mark
some
of this
skill.
period. The Hurricanes have taken
Robitaille,
a
McCovey, and
1-0 lead.
Oshie stay out against the second line for Carolina.
Aho's won it in their own end. And it's a quick pass to Iverson. Through the middle of the ice, they enter the attacking zone.
Defense gets caught looking.
I love this
Steve
game,
with
James.
the
I
save.
mean, the goaltender is so
14
aggressive
shots
on
for
this
Charleston,
play. He doesn't give the shooter
11
any time to
for
get
the
rid of it.
Carolina Hurricanes as we close in on the halfway mark of the third period. Second line stays out.
Back underway as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone.
Right, third up. Come on. Outlet pass. There we go. There we go. 2-on-1. Go, 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 Oshie. Yeah! I said we needed a weak goal. We got a weak goal, team.
When I look at this play, it
Oh.
reminds me of her incredible balance, James, and how awesome
Didn't get
it is.
everything on that one, and that just got by the goaltender.
To her advantage.
Smiley. I think it fooled the goaltender with not a lot of heat on it, just underneath the pad. Way to go, team. All right, Smiley Face Oshie gets our first goal of season number 8. Yeah, a little bit of a change-up shot. Fooled the
And
goaltender.
it's got to feel good. I mean, anytime you sign a contract in the
Hey, LeBoo! Okay, don't give it right back.
I really think that he's taken a foothold of this group, and they've responded really well.
Sends the cross ice pass. Puck
Hanks
exits
gets
the zone.
stood up. Habscheid
Still keeps a hold of it.
loses the
Slides it
puck.
quickly to Olin. And he'll take
Smucker.
a moment to regroup back at center.
No penalties yet in the game either.
People in
Right,
Vancouver,
franchise, the
low-scoring
fuss,
games are boring, but not
the
this one.
Jenks,
There's been a lot of high-quality
and Detroit is
chances
just
on both
standing
sides.
us up
It's been
at the
very
blue
entertaining
line.
game.
Jabs the
Poke
puck
check
away.
there, Fuss. Can you get it again?
Charleston
Right, break out, guys. Break out, break out.
Moves it to
Carlson.
Caldwell.
Habscheid.
Here in the neutral zone.
The Jenks. Oh, robbed.
Get a face-off. The Blues are up next.
St. Louis, San Jose, and Columbus. Oh, how did we get robbed on that one? Let's go check out the replay. See if that mustache shows here. Here we come, coming in. Here we go, pass over to Jenks. It's a shot off by both Detroit players. Saved by the goaltender. Big rebound. There's Habshide right there. Just couldn't get it up. Boiled egg cannot get it up. All you had to do was get it up, boiled egg.
Between these two sides, tickets still available. Should be a good one.
All right, tie game 1-1. We've got our fourth line out there. Oh, another big chance for the Hansen. Jack Hansen almost gives us the lead.
The Hurricanes take it along the wing.
Koivu stood up there by Hansen. Here comes the other Hansen. Dark-haired Hansen and blonde Hansen.
The Hurricanes scoop it up along the boards.
Before checking there. Referee, get out of the way.
Slides it up front. And someone's going
Oh, I knew that was going to be a penalty. Jeff, Jack, whichever Hansen. Yeah, that's something that's going to get you put in the minors. That was pretty cheap there. Yeah, you sit and think about it. Justify that to the fans sitting behind you that paid their hard-earned money tonight. Okay, time to kill it off. Covey and Hansen. Oh, no! All right, who's getting their butt benched? Who was that gave the puck right? Who is that defenseman? Number 4.
Around the perimeter creates motion. They want to pull the PK outside of the middle of the ice, and when they do, they hit the bumper position perfectly.
All right, I'm finding out who you are, and next you're gonna have a talking to. Who is that number 4? Bozo. That is not a Bobby Orr play, Bozo. Right in front of your goaltender. Or was that number 67 that knocked the puck away from you? I don't know. It's pretty. No, it was you. You just lost control of it. Oh, man. Steve wasn't quite squared up. And it just goes in. Man, I thought we were going to have an overtime game. We still might. Yeah. Bozo.
And they're able to hammer it home.
The Hurricanes with a huge goal here in this third.
He did not have much time, no. Second goal for Petterstrom. Okay, time to pick it up now, team. Let's get it back.
It's only a 1-goal game.
Quick feed to Svechnikov. What a steal in his own end.
Up line out, Bones, Caldwell. A little bit panicked there, team. Settle down.
You want to take away time? You want to take space? Goaltender does it and makes a save.
The Chiefs gain control of the puck.
Medic.
And he hangs on to the puck.
Okay, let's go now. Let's do something. Pass it up. You got an open man, 76, Caldwell. Here we go.
Here's a chance. Oh, and it stays.
Was a good chance. Solid chance. Unfortunately, the tender had it eyed up the whole way. Oh, what a check.
A critical draw here.
Minute 13 to go. McCovey on the draw.
And off the draw, they win possession. Pass it up ahead. Big hit.
Nice hit there, Lapitov. Okay, here we go. Here we go, McCovey. Come on. You got a man there. Keep going. Go. 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 Oh, go. Oh.
He's like a rubber band, James. I thought he was out of the net, but he finds his way back in to make that save.
Oh, empty net. Okay, good. Good. Breakout. And did we have a chance there? Oshie makes the move. Oh, here we go. Rebound. Robitaille.
I'm not sure where the the defense is, but I'll tell you what.
The pressure. Keep on the pressure.
Flurry of saves to keep his team in this one.
10 seconds to go. Come on, Kitty. Come on, Robitaille. Up front. Oh, she. Oh.
Oh, what a stop. Under siege and finally grabs that one and covers up for a whistle. That is a lonely cage at the other end of the ice here, Cheryl.
Well, it certainly is, and an extra attacker on the ice.
Come on.
Possession is
Crush the
critical.
net.
How to win this face-off.
Had to win the. Oh, here it is.
Unable to reach.
Oh, a last second shot and not going to be enough.
The Hurricanes looked overwhelmed in certain aspects of this game.
Team, you
but
played
yet
well.
they maximize their scoring
Couple just
opportunities and they get
the
win.
two mistakes we made cost us. We only made two mistakes, and unfortunately both were right in front of our net.
Areas except on the scoreboard.
One by
Bringing
Trey
action on the
Bozo and
ice,
one by
and I
one of the
can't wait
Hanson
to do it
brothers.
again. I know you can't wait either. So we'll see you.
That should have been our game.
And real soon at that.
We deserved better than that. Carolina will win the opening game of the season. Smiley Face Oshie gets our first goal of season number 8. Third star, Smiley Face Oshie, 1 goal, 2 hits. Second star of the game goes to goaltender Pitor from Carolina. And it's definitely going to be Petterstrom with the first star, scoring both goals for Carolina. We outshoot them. We outhit them. 44 hits to 23, team. Time of attack, about 20 seconds more than they had. Our passing percentage, 90%. We were even on faceoffs. It's just 2 mistakes. 2 mistakes, and they get 2 goals. Well, fortunately, that wasn't a playoff game or anything like that. It was just our first game of the season. So we are going to go into the calendar now, and we'll play the first month. See what kind of tape we look in after October. We get our first win against St. Louis. I remember the first few seasons, we had big losses, 9-2, 13-1. Well, we've got 2 wins on the season as we continue to beat Florida. We have a lot of success against Florida. We lose in overtime. We lose a 1-goal game to Buffalo. All right, let's go up to the Boston game. 2 wins, 6 losses, and 2 OT losses. Shooting for 28.5 as our over-under. Beat Ottawa 4-1. Shut out by the Rangers, but we do beat New Jersey. We shut them out. All right, Jenks wants a conversation here. Okay, let's see what Jenks has to say. You've been working on it, but you don't think you're ready to be a power forward. Sorry, Laptop Hound. That's okay. It's okay, Jenks. We'll give it a shot next year. Brent Fork has something to say. I tried to adapt my game, but I'm not sure you were successful. I don't think I'm quite ready to play physically right now. Okay, thanks for being honest, Brent. Sorry we changed your number. And now Ezra McCovey. Man, everyone wants to talk. You've been focusing on learning the position, but I don't think it's right for your game. 0 for 3 on our position changes so far. Who's up next? John Calgill. Are you willing to go to the other side of the ice? You don't feel it's a right fit for you. Okay, 0 for 4. I can't help it if you guys are stubborn. All right, we lose to Los Angeles. We're able to shut out Winnipeg. And then we get shut out by Minnesota. Man, back and forth. Win, loss, win, loss. lose in overtime. We got to change the momentum a little bit. Let's quick sim a game here. Maybe this is going to change our fortune a little bit here in Boston. Can the Chiefs get it done? They're out shooting us 13-5. I don't think we're getting it done. Cubs fan Steve is O's Bones gets our first goal. 1-0 Chiefs. 16 shots, 16 saves for Cub fan Steve. Brent Fork gets on the board. All right, Brent, way to chip in on the fourth line. 2-0 over Boston. Being outshot 25-13. Seem to be playing really well defensively. 3-0 as Smiley Face Oshie gets the third goal late in the second period. As we head to the third, Boston on a power play. Kitty Caldwell, 4-0. Reichel gets one for Boston. Caldwell, second goal of the period. 5-1, 5-2. Pasternak scores for Boston. Hang on, team. Hang on. You got this. 5-3. Pasternak again. All right. Good. That's the boost we need. We beat the Boston Bruins team. Kitty Caldwell, 2 goals, 1 assist, and Smiley Face Oshie, 1-1. 2 of the 3 stars tonight. You're taking my wild card spot in the Packs Only League, Ezra. Is that against my Gladiators, or is that against my Pack Only team? Because my regular team got into one of the Packs Only team this week. So I'm not sure which one it is. All right, we're going to go to January the 3rd, and then we're going to take a look at some of the statistics. So let's go up to the Florida game on January the 3rd. 8 wins, 14 losses, and 3 overtime losses for the Chiefs. 9 wins. Make that 10. Are we going to beat our 2-game winning streak? No. It stays at 2. We got points in our last 4 games, though, and we beat the Oilers. We beat Connor McDavid 5-2. Shut out Carolina. We got revenge. 13 wins so far as we're heading to the Christmas break. Fighting me for the third. Is that gold, Ezra, or is that silver? That must be gold, right? All right, let's take a look at the statistics after up to January. Where are they here? Not used to looking at the statistics. Stats. There we go. So Kitty Caldwell leads the team in points right now with 38. Roger McQueen has 33. John Calgill. All right, John. Some offense coming from the defense. Take a look at your look at the improvement for John Calgill. He went from minus 104 to minus 87 to minus 55, 37, 41, and for the first time is a positive +3. And only 18 points behind a career high of 53 assists and 59 points. So that's impressive. 29 assists, 2 goals. Oshie with 25, Robitaille with 24, O's Bones 22, and then Hansen, McCovey, and Habscheid. Take a look at our 2 goaltenders. How is Minerva doing? Minerva 7 wins, 4 losses, actually outperforming Cub fan Steve. So we got to reward Minerva here. We got to go back to our starting lines. And I'm sorry, Steve, but maybe this will give you a little bit of a rest. And we got to put in Minerva as our starting goaltender. Just for a while. See how that shapes up. And in terms of where we are in the league, our record, well, that's pretty good. This is the closest we've been to 500 since the opening day of the season. We currently, right now, are above the Montreal Canadiens, only 4 points behind Ottawa, and only 6 points out of a playoff spot. 6 points. Way to go, team. Right now, Minnesota, 67 points. They're rocking at 33 wins, 5 losses. Edmonton, Toronto, Tampa Bay, your top 4 teams. And we are not even in the bottom 6. We are 26th overall, 20 tied with Columbus and Anaheim and Winnipeg. We are only 4 points out of being a top 20 team. Okay, let's continue on. Let's keep this going. The over-under is 28.5. That definitely is progress. Our new coach is definitely working. 2-1 overtime loss to Washington. I mean, we've had 5 overtime losses. I don't think we've won a game in overtime. Shootout win against Detroit. We beat Calgary. We can't win 3 in a row, though. In New York, we lose by 1. 18 wins. We're looking for 11 more on the season. We do beat the Kings. Lose to Winnipeg. We lose 1-0 to the top team in the league, which is pretty good. Let's go into February and let's go up to the Edmonton game. Let's slow sim the Edmonton game a bit. We're not doing well in gold. I saw that earlier. I think I'm going to be relegated, Jakes. Relegated back to silver. Well, we have a new record, 3 wins in a row. Islanders, Boston, and Vegas. And we shut out Utah. 23 wins. 24. Make that 25, an overtime win against Dallas. All right, let's see how we match up against the Edmonton Oilers, Connor McDavid, and the rest of the Oil. Looking for a 26th win of the season at home against Edmonton. First period underway, and Edmonton scores on Minerva. One nothing Edmonton. Late, we're being outshot 14-3. Second period. Chiefs give up a shorty. 2-0 Edmonton. All right, Ezra McCovey and then Connor McDavid. Less than a minute later, Leon Draisaitl, 4-1. Yeah, Edmonton is pouring it on here. We might need to go back and change our goalies again. Minerva, as our starting goaltender, did really well. Got us 3 wins in a row. Head to the third period, down by 3. Can we get an early goal? Chiefs? Nope. Edmonton, 5-1. All right, well, Edmonton's going to take this one by a score of, man, they're getting a lot of power plays. 6-1. Not a good game for Minerva there, giving up 6 goals. Do we have any 3 stars? Probably not. Draisaitl, McDavid, and Tolvanen. Okay, let's go to the. I'm going to go to the beginning of March, and then I'm going to go switch my goaltenders around again. 25 wins so far. Can we get 4 more? All right, let's check out our progress here. Actually, we'll play a few more games, but let's go switch up the lines. Only our goalies we're going to switch. Nerva and Steve. Steve is a 90 overall right now. So even though he hasn't been playing well, his overall has gone up to 90. Glad we signed him last year. All right, back to the calendar. Let's go up to the Calgary game. And we'll take a look at the overall league standings. We might pause it if we can break 28 wins. Another shootout loss. We're in a funk, team. All right, we shut out Columbus. 26 wins. 27 wins. Shootout loss. 27 wins, another shootout loss. And we did it. 29 wins on the season. Give yourself a round of applause. We have the over on today's bets. Unfortunately, not enough people bet under, so you're not going to win too much. But it is a team win. Choose outcome over. All right, and on that note, we are on a break. So when we come back from the break, we'll finish off the season. Dare I say playoffs? We're not too far off. 29. We've got 9 overtime losses. Man, if those were converted to wins, we would probably be in the playoff position right now. Just getting bad luck in overtime. All right, back in a couple minutes. right, here we are back after the break towards the end of March here, and we're looking at the overall standings. Minnesota, again, only 11 losses on the season. Edmonton, New Jersey, and Toronto have all clinched playoff spots. They're on a roll. And at the bottom, Chiefs, we are not on the first page of the worst teams in the league. Philadelphia, the Rangers, Kings, Kraken, Predators, Jets, Islanders, Capitals, all worse than we are. We come in with 67 points, 25th in the league, our best position so far. Don't think we're going to be in a playoff spot. We're too many points out. I believe we're 58, 67. Yeah, we're about 15 points out of the playoffs. In terms of our progress, 77 points for Caldwell, 75 for McQueen, 49 goals for Kitty Caldwell. Forget which goal I gave Kitty. 49. Meow. Robitaille, 51 points. Oshie, 49 points. Calgill, 45. And Bones at 37. How about our goaltenders? Santo Lemieux got a little bit better, 3.17 goals against average, 17 wins, 4 shutouts, 907 save percentage, but still being outperformed by the rookie there, Minerva Madsen, 917, 289, and 1 shutout. So way to go, Minerva, 12 wins on the season. Okay, let's see how we end the season off. Can we break 30 wins? I'm sure we can. Let's go. What's our last game of the season? Edmonton? Let's go up to the Winnipeg game. $29 wins. Man, if we could get 500, I would be celebrating big time. We lose to Detroit, back-to-back games against Calgary and Ottawa at home. We lose in overtime, and we win in a shootout. 10 overtime losses. Rangers Devils lose in overtime, and we win 6-1. We beat the Kings 7-2. That, I think, might be the most goals we've scored this season. Let's go and take a look at that box score quickly. Because, hey, when you score 7 goals, you need to celebrate something. Here is our box score. Seven two. Maybe here somewhere. 7-2. There it is against LA. 3 stars are McQueen, 1 goal, 3 assists. Kitty Caldwell, 1 goal, 2 assists. And Robitaille, 1-1. 4 points for McQueen, 3 for Caldwell, 2 for McCovey, 2 for Oshie, and 2 for Robitaille. Excellent. All right, only a couple games to go in the season. We have 32 wins. Let's go up to our final game against the Oil. We finally win a game in overtime. And we shut out Minnesota. We're 1 game away from being 500. Nope, we cannot be 500, but we came really close. Let's sim this last game against the Edmonton Oilers. They beat us 6-1 last time. Let's see if we can get some revenge in our final game of the season. Let's see a goal from Jenks. Come on, Jenks. Come on, Carlson, our team captain. End the year off with a goal. 0-0 after 1. Period number 2. O's Bones, first goal for the Chiefs. Edmonton on a Leon Draisaitl goal will tie it up. And we're heading to the third with a 2-1 lead after Jack Hansen gets a late goal at the end of the second period. 3-0. Jeff Hansen, Jeff and Jack contribute goals. 3-2 now as Draisaitl gets a second goal of the game for Edmonton. 5 minutes to go. 3 minutes, 2 minutes. And we will take the final game of the season by a score of 3-2 against Edmonton. Our 3 stars, Hansen with 2 goals and Steve Santo Lemieux with 32 saves for the victory. Well, man, when you look at our record here, let's just go to the playoffs. Let's move ahead here. Sim. Go. There we go. Did we make the minor league playoffs? Let's see. Burnaby Aces. Are you in the playoffs? You are not. Okay, we do not need to follow you. Well, team, this was a successful season. I don't care what anyone says. This was a success. We ended up with almost a 500 record, 35, 36, and 11. For 81 points. And overall, that's going to put us, where are we here? Entire league. We will finish the season as the 23rd worst team. That means there were 10 teams worse than us, including Washington and Nashville. And Vegas, and Winnipeg. There you go. I got to screenshot this because this is momentous. Charlestown Chiefs, 23rd overall. Does that mean we're going to finally break through next season? I don't know. Kitty Caldwell will lead the team in points, 87 points in his first season, 54 goals. McQueen with 84 points. Man, those 2 players clicked very well together. And Robitaille with 60 points. Our defense, 51 points for Calgill, very solid season, -3. Lapitov was a positive. Fussmucker, -2. 203 shots. Fussmucker by far had more shots than any other defenseman on our team. So that's encouraging. 121 penalty minutes for Calgill. Rough and tough Calgill. And our goaltenders. All right, Steve Santo Lemieux salvaged a 3-goal against average, .911 save percentage. I'm happy with that. And Minerva just had an outstanding season as well. So nothing wrong with our goaltending. Let's take a look around the entire league. Where do we fit in there? We didn't have any rookies this year. Jack Hughes will lead the league in points with 131. Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and Kaprizov. We got Bratt, Bedard, Pasternak, and Mitch Marner with 100 points each. In terms of defensemen in the league, it will go to Cale Makar, 92 points. Evan Bouchard from Edmonton with 88, and Quinn Hughes at 85. Goaltenders, it will be, looks like Wallstead, 54 wins, 9 losses, and 5 shutouts. What a year for Jesper Wallstead. He's definitely going to win the Vezina and probably the Jennings as well. Might even be the MVP. Maybe they give the Hart Trophy to Wallstead. All right, all that's left to do is to sim through the playoffs and then look at our award winners. In the West, we've got Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota, Utah. Calgary is not in it. Vancouver, San Jose, and Edmonton, Detroit. In the East, it'll be Pittsburgh, Carolina, New Jersey, Florida, Buffalo, Tampa, and Toronto, Boston. Again, I cannot control any of the other teams, so we will not be looking in on any game action there. We'll just go ahead on the calendar until the playoffs are done. Thanks again, guys, for hanging out on this Friday. I know Friday's weekend, and for you guys to be here, even if it's just for a few moments, it means a lot to me. I love these franchise hockey series and incorporating you guys into the series. So again, big shout out to you. For those of you that are watching, when you could be doing so many other things, thank you for supporting the Hound. Almost done with the playoffs. We'll look at the results. We'll look at the award winners, and then we'll quickly go through and do the draft. I don't know which picks we have this year. Congratulations go to the Pittsburgh Penguins on winning the Cup this year. The Calgary Wranglers will win the AHL championship. So let's take a look at the path to victory for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh would win the Cup in 4 straight over Utah. They would also sweep Toronto. They would only lose 1 game to Florida, and they would lose 2 games to Carolina. Utah would beat Detroit in 7, Dallas in 6, and they would beat the one of the top teams, Minnesota and Jesper Wallstedt, in 6 games. So an upset there for Utah. Utah is the number 7 seed, makes it to the final. Pittsburgh was the number 1 seed. They win the Cup. So well-deserving for the Pittsburgh Penguins. In terms of your playoff leaders, it was Mitch Marner on Toronto, 28 points. Matthews, Elias, and Bunting. 2 Pens and 2 Maple Leafs. All right, our awards. We got to check out the awards. Okay, can we get an award for our team? Pittsburgh Stanley Cup champs. Minnesota Wild wins the President's Trophy. Clarence Campbell Bowl goes to Utah, and the Prince of Wales goes to Pittsburgh. Individual awards, your Hart Trophy winner will go to, or your Art Ross goes to Jack Hughes. Leon Draisaitl held that position for 3 years in a row, and Jack Hughes takes it away from him. Next trophy, the Hart Memorial, goes to Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid, 2nd most points this year to Jack Hughes, and he will win the most valuable player. Evan Bouchard takes the James Norris. It will not be Cale Makar this year. 2 years in a row that Evan Bouchard is your James Norris winner. Jack Hughes wins the Lady Byng, and the Rookie of the Year goes to an Edmonton Oiler, A. Thoreau. Your playoff MVP goes to the Penguin leading scorer of the playoffs for Pittsburgh. That's Elias. Vezina does go to Wallstedt, as well as fewest goals against, Wallstedt. Bill Masterson's streak is over. Cernak from Tampa Bay will end the 5 years in a row of the Bill Masterson going to a Chief. Jack Adams Coach of the Year goes to Woolton. I thought our coach should have been considered, had a great year. And Estrada will win the Frank J. Selke, the best defensive aspects of the game. The players have voted Austin Matthews for the 2nd year in a row as the MVP, and the Morris Rocket Richard for most goals for the 4th year in a row goes to Austin Matthews. No awards for the Chiefs this year, unfortunately, so we will not achieve those little bonuses. So last thing to do is the draft. Again, we will not have our first overall pick. In fact, where are we here? Yeah, we did so well. We were not even, oh yeah, we were. Ottawa gets our number 11 pick. So we would have got the 11th pick, but because we signed Kitty Caldwell, we had to give that up. So I'll take that exchange. I'm just glad it wasn't a top 5 pick. Players that have retired from the game, they will no longer play. Nathan McKinnon, at the age of 36, is retiring. 1,782 points for Nathan. Pasternak, age 36 as well, 1,510 points. Barkov retires. Larkin, Hurdle, and Ehlers, all with over 1,000 points in retirement. And Max Domi, 7 points shy of 1,000. In terms of defensemen retiring, we've got Dougie Hamilton at the age of 39, the Ghost, Morrissey, Severson, and Darnell Nurse calls it a career at the age of 37. Goaltenders, Hellebuck from Winnipeg, age 39, 518 wins. Corpusalo and Lindgren with over 200 wins also retire. Do we have any Chiefs that have retired? No goalies, no defensemen, and no forwards. No early retirements from the Charlestown Chiefs. Always worries me a little bit. All right, let's go to the draft. Let's get this done. We do not have a pick in round number 1, but let's take a look at the top 3 picks. The New York Rangers get the top pick. They get elite playmaker, 82 overall, Samsonov. Great pick by New York. Nashville with the second pick. Oh, they get a defensive defenseman, someone that would have been eligible for our team. But hey, we got GT Sundown coming up next year. We got another defenseman. And the third pick, the Philadelphia Flyers, another elite defensive defenseman that would have been available to us if we had a top 3 pick. All right, Sim to, I guess we don't have any picks this draft. Well, that is interesting. No picks. Okay, well, we can quickly sim the entire draft. Draft is done. That's easy. And I don't mind that at all. I don't mind not having any picks because we've got some talent and I'd have to replace any of our current players with a new player for at least a couple years. So let's sim a couple more days. I will do all the re-signing of coaches and scouts off screen. And let's go and save it up. And overwrite. Override, override, override. All right, let's go back over here, back here, and stop and present. All right, gang. Well, that was a victory. That was our best season yet. We had our most wins. We had the over for the first time in a season. We had some good point seasons from Kitty Caldwell, from Baffle, from McQueen, Cowgill, and Fussmucker had a good year on defense, and both our goalies played solid. They played solid, so we got to get better, right? We got to we're getting better. We are maybe 2 or 3 seasons away from the playoffs, I think. If we don't make the playoffs within the next 3 seasons, then I'm going to be concerned. But right now we're working our way up. So next Friday night will be season number 9. What I do want to do, I got a few more minutes left. So I'm going to jump into OOTP for a second here because tomorrow is the PTCS. And I am going to flip my Twitch over to OOTP because I have to do my PTCS draft. And if I don't do that now, I will forget to do it, and it will be a blank roster. I might as well do that, and we can go over to Ezra Denny at the bottom of the hour. Done. Refresh. All right, we should be under the OOTP banner. Connor Bedard did not win any trophies. Sorry, Connor Bedard, no trophies. Nope, no trophies for Connor. Tonight's games: the Penguins beat the Capitals 4-2. The Maple Leafs beat the Red Wings 3-1. In the beginning of the second period, it's the Golden Knights ahead of the Kraken, and the Wild have a 3-0 lead over the Ducks. Good to see you there, O's Bones. You got a long day ahead of you tomorrow. I hope you're able to stay long in these tournaments. I hope that when I'm about to stream, you're on. The only way I'm coming on early tomorrow is if somehow I make it past like the fourth round. If I can make it to round 4 or further, I'll come on and stream at that point. Otherwise, I will be on after Dishnet. Okay, so I got my bronze lineup. And I don't know how comfortable I am with it. I'm okay, I think. But who knows? The last 3 PTCSs I've lost to non-combinator teams, so I have no expectations. 3 PTCSs in a row, I went in as the favorite on paper, but couldn't do anything. Please let me know if I have any glaring errors. I've got Renko, Gidry. I'm going with a little different strategy. I'm just trying something different. I'm going with 18 batters faced to avoid the 3 times through the rotation penalty. Who knows if it works? Renko is a very consistent profile, flat profile with some stuff. So I'm going to go with him. I'm going to go with Ron Guidry. Franchise recommended Ron Guidry from his testing last night because of the stuff and pretty balanced. So he said he's going with Guidry based on his testing. He said that stuff is going to play a lot more important than people think. So I'm gonna go with that. He said people are gonna underestimate stuff and BABIP for hitters. People are gonna focus too much on power and eye. So he said, Lap, you want to take a risk, go with BABIP and avoid K. Still have power and eye, but he said based on his testing, eye might be the least important. Eye and gap power. So I'm gonna kind of follow that advice. Like I said, I haven't done anything in the last few PTCSs. Bill Lee, got him going. Number 4 pitcher, I'm going to use Splittorf, and a number 5, Mike Paul. So I'm going with my stuff guys and home run suppression. Bullpen, Cleveland, Trout, Miller, Williams, Pipkins. The only guy I'm worried about is Stan Williams because of that home run suppression. But I put him as a right-hand specialist. So hopefully he won't have to face too many lefties because he can handle himself much better against the righties for home runs. Get your drops while you can because they're limited editions. Well, you're in 2 tournaments now, Ezra. You got twice the chance of going to round 2. Bronze and open. My hitters, again, I not really sure about my hitters, but I used most of my combinators that were available. So I do have Hal Smith. Again, I like that BABIP with the power. His avoid K is kind of low, but against the lefty, he looked pretty solid. So Hal Smith, and my other catcher is Joe Torre. Again, BABIP, I like Joe Torre. First base, franchise said, you know what? I think Droppo and I think Altman are good choices for 1963. He said they might not be the best for modern, but he said he thinks they're going to play better in 1963. So I'm going with Droppo and Altman. I think a lot of people will have Altman anyway. I got my combinator Mike Andrews. Again, pretty flat profile there. Harold Reynolds because of the BABIP, because of the avoid K and defense. Buddy Bell, Dennis Minke. I like that Dennis Minke card. I'm going with Rico Petrocelli. Franchise said he doesn't like the BABIP on this card, but he thinks that he might make up for it. You do need some big power guys. So I've got Rico and I've got Colavito as kind of my power guys. Low BABIP, high power. I think 80% of the teams are going to have Jesse Barfield. Maybe less because he hasn't been out that long. So maybe some people haven't opened him yet. Again, BABIP, power, I. And Rico Cardi against the lefties. How could you not have Rico Cardi? Stud. Hope Ezra has Rico Cardi. Very good profile. And he's not even combinated. Also using Paul O'Neill against the righties. I think that Paul O'Neill card is good for the righties. And Richie Zisk against the lefties. And Tommy Butts just for defense, versatility, and BABIP. And avoid K. So that's what I'm going with. We'll see. We'll see how far we can get. Again, a lot of combinators, but anything can happen. Ezra for the win, yeah. And I play a team I'm not familiar with, so I'm kind of glad too. I'd rather face the unknown than someone that I'm always facing in bronze tournaments. Ezra, do you know who you're facing? Have you looked? Have you looked at the seating? And yeah, I'll come over to Ezra at the bottom of the hour. I'm just going to stay on till 8:30 Pacific. Double elimination. Let's do the do or die. And let's do the entry fee. So if you're just coming over, I was playing EA NHL hockey, swapped over to OOTP for about a half an hour and checking out the PTCS a little bit. So again, in bronze, I think I finished top 15-ish. 11, I think. Yeah, number 11. And Ezra, you made bronze. Where did you make it in bronze? You were 97. So that means you're going to play team number 32. Ezra's going up against, I don't know how they are in bronze, but they're a good manager in Perfect League. They were second, third, and fourth in PT Live. So they've opened a lot of packs recently. M and T is who you're going up against. You just avoid Makadkar. O's Bones, you have a couple teams, don't you? 45. So that gets you 84. Tay Morris. I've seen them in the 5L, 6L, the Chargers. And your other team is, I saw O's on here somewhere. Where was that O's Bones? 93. I think you have three. Yeah, you do have three teams in bronze. 71. So that means you play 58. Don't know them. Jerry and Mac, not familiar with the Cats. And then the team that finished 93 means you play team number 36. 36. Grabster is a good manager. So that might be the toughest of your three based on what I know for those managers. So there are some of the bronze matchups. And I need to go do my draft. I need to do this draft. Help. Help me. So one of the toughest tournaments to qualify for is the daily and the weekly. Thankfully, to a good run of 5L and 6Ls. I'm surprised, Ezra. You've done well in the 5L and 6L. I'm surprised you didn't get into the daily. Were you close for the daily draft? Let's go check that out. Mind you, I don't think he had any wins. I think he had a lot of like top 4 finishes, but not wins. And I finished 96. I don't see you down there. I also finished 186. EVC 240. Where's Ezra? 277. Yeah, you had a second place finish. I thought you were going to be higher than that. So now I got to see who I face off against. 96 means I play team number 33. Please not be Mr. Audit. Please not be Mr. Audit. Please not. Orlando Kings BFF. Will 77R. All right, let's go draft this. Where is it here? Oops, no, that's the bronze. You never win, you're just 4th to 9th all the time. Well, yeah, I did see you made the semis today. How did you finish today? Or have you not looked yet? I think you swept your way in the quarterfinals. Let's go take a look together. I better enter the 5L. And the 6L. Actually, I don't need to enter tomorrow night's yet. There's a lot of time for that one. Okay, let's take a look at today's 5L. Well, I finished in the top 16. Lost out to Washington State. So yeah, Ezra, you swept the Cougars, the team that beat me the round before. The Stars, Kahua, and the Snacks. A lot of new teams playing. Oh, Ezra, you lost in 7. Starjo won game 6 and 7. And then they lost the final. So yeah, bummer. Not only do you lose in the semis, but you don't get that extra point. The team that beat you doesn't win the finals. Let's check tonight. 6L. So I got swept by VR Mind tonight. Oh man, we're not very far in this at all. And Ezra's up 3-1. Brent is up 3-0. Fargo up on A-Dub 3-0. All right, let's get this draft done. I can't delay it any longer. I don't want to do it. Mr. Audit said he got some really bad cards. Okay, Dodger Stadium. What do we got? So this is the positional. This is position. So you get your catchers first. I would think, okay, I think we can all agree Johnny Bench, Mickey Cochran, and Buck Ewing are the three best choices. Now the question is, which two do I take? Johnny is better against well, arguably home run wise against the lefties, BABIP against the righties. I don't know all the higher level players that well. Johnny, Cochran, and Ewing. Who do you guys like? I'm thinking maybe Ewing and Bench. Framing 105. Although I'm not really focused on that. I'm thinking Bench and Ewing. Yeah, I do like that flexibility. I like that he, in a jam can play both ways. So it's either Cochran. I think it's got to be Bench. Yeah. I don't think anyone else really applies here. So we're going to go with Buck Ewing and Johnny Bench. Okay, now I don't know a lot of these, again, high level cards, but I know Eddie Murray just came out. I think it has to be Eddie Murray, right? Or is it Buck Leonard? I think it has to be Eddie. Hey, Brent. Good to see you, Mr. Fork. Oops, that's Buck versus Buck. That's not going to help me. Oh, yeah, it's got to be Eddie Murray. No, not McGriff over Murray. No, it's got to be Eddie Murray. He just came out. He's 102, so it's going to be better. Okay, Eddie Murray. Second base. Okay, it's either Nap Lajoie or Rogers Hornsby. Nap or Rogers. I like that Rogers card. Or for fun, just go with Chase Utley. Yeah, Brent, you're going to have to take a picture of the fork, okay? Your player is named Brent Fork. We need a picture. The new Ryan Sandberg's also there, but I think it's got to be Rogers. Yeah, we're going with Hornsby. Next up, third baseman. Ouch. Greg Nettles is pretty good. Ken Caminiti. Jim Tomei. Ooh, this is tough. I need help on this one, chat. Those of you that play these high-level cards, especially Diamond, there are a lot of options here. Nettles, Caminiti, Tomei, Glaus. Molitor. Ooh, oof, 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 oof. Oof. We're in a home run park, Los Angeles, in the 1960s. BABIP is suppressed, but that doesn't mean a ton. $167 for Caminiti home run against the lefties. This is a tough call. And then there's Nettles. I know Nettles is not the pick. Either Molitor, Caminiti. Yeah, it's either Molitor or Caminiti now. You know what? Let's go with Molitor. When in doubt, go with the 101. All right, so far I got Bench and Ewing, Murray and Hornsby, and Molitor. Next up, we're on the shortstop. Got to be Pop Lloyd, right? Like, not even close. Or Huey Jennings is a new card, I think. Yeah, Huey Jennings is there. Oof. Got to be Pop, right? Jennings is a better shortstop, though, defensively. I mean, these, no matter what, it's a good player, but Joe Cronin, pretty solid as well. But it's got to be Pop. But he's got no pop. Jennings has speed, but can only play short. Yeah, I could use Ewing at third as well. I mean, Ewing is good both ways, and Johnny, I think Johnny, I only want to play. Well, where do you put Johnny? Because home run wise, he's much better against the lefties, but BABIP wise and gap power wise, he's much better against the righties. So, what do you do with a guy like Johnny Bench? Does he? Where does he play? Lefties, righties, both ways? Buck Ewing, I could play at third. 100, what's he got? 104 arm. Which would mean Molitor could play second. Which would mean Hornsby could go DH. I don't know. All good cards. I think we're gonna go. I think we're going Pop. I did. He's the better defensive shortstop, more speed. Yeah, I'm going to go with Huey Jennings. Sorry, Pop. I'm going to go with Huey. All right, left field. Do I go Babe or Manny? I think, yeah, there's no one else in discussion here. Babe or Manny? Oh, it's got to be Manny. It's got to be. Got to be Manny. Man, how do you pass on a guy called Babe Ruth, though? Manny Ramirez, it is. Guess he's going to be DH or left field. $169 and 190. Home runs, 169 and 169. Brent, you're trying to talk me out of it now. Chat, someone convinced me it should be Manny. Yeah. Babes avoid K's too low. We're going Manny. Okay, this one I think's pretty easy. Well, there's two choices: Oscar Charleston or Eric Davis. Pretty sure it's going to be Charleston. Although, maybe not. Charleston's definitely better against the righties, Davis against the lefties. So who's the better center field in terms of defense? That's going to be my deciding factor here. Compare defense. Oscar. I think Oscar wins out. He bats left. Eric Davis bats right. What do I got? I've got a righty, switch hitter, righty. Oh, yeah, good point. Oh, yeah, I need lefties. Okay, it's Oscar. Yep. Okay, next up, we got Tatis Jr. is a righty. Dwight Evans is a righty. Strawberry's a lefty. Jeez. So again, I think it's either Dwight Evans or Tatis Jr. Again, this is so close. I think it's got to be Tatis. What is this? Right field. I think it's got to be Tatis Jr. Dwight Evans is good, though. Both 102s. Better arm for Tatis, can also play shortstop. Evans can play center or right. Both right-handed hitters. Let's go Tatis. All right, what do we have now? We've got which round is this? This is round 9. Nearly perfect hitters. And then we got our starting pitchers. All the relievers are gold. One card. Tony Gwynn. Don't really need another infielder. I think Tony Gwynn, is he a lefty? I think so, right? Yeah, he's a lefty. Okay, I think it's got to be Tony Gwynn. Don't think anyone else here qualifies. Yeah. Tony Gwynn. All right. The luck of the draw with the starters has not been kind to me. Oh my goodness. This is not very good. Oh, I would say none of the top 10 pitchers. This is, I wasted all this time to get to these guys. This is the PTCS perfect draft, Brent. I'm extremely happy with my hitters. I think I got a lot of luck with the hitters. Oh man, that's brutal. Yeah, my hitters: Bench, Ewing, Murray, Hornsby, Molitor, Jennings, Ramirez, Charleston, Gwynn, and Tatis Jr. Well, according to a little birdie that told me maybe stuff is going to be important. Lefty Grove. This is awful. Max Scherzer. Terry, Tannehill, Grove, Scherzer. And who's the best of the rest? I guess Edsel. Or do I go with Carruthers? Edsel or Carruthers? I think I'm going to go with Carruthers. He's 101. Don't you know? All right, now my relievers. I got to take 5 relievers here in gold. I don't know gold well. Any gold players out there? Shout some names out. Who is a must in 1963 for gold? We got the new Quisenberry. We got a PTCS Maddox, a tournament edition Appleton, Francisco Marshall. Marshall, Clay Dog says. Home run suppression, control. That stuff, though, with Quisenberry. Oof. That stuff. All right, we're just going, we're taking a look at home run suppression here. Home run suppression, control stuff. Chavez, I think I'm going to go with you. Man, I thought I was having some good fortune here with those hitters. Maybe Bob Locker. Francisco. Do I chance it with Quisenberry? Will this card hurt me? Got 61 stamina. Okay, we're going to go Maddox. Sorry, Quiz. You haven't been out in the game long enough. I can't trust you yet. Round number 12. This is silver, 3 cards, and then 3 bronze. Okay, my silver players out there. Anyone jump out as a top-notch silver player? I do need probably at least one more pitcher. I'll probably get a bronze pitcher, though. Unless there's a pitcher here that really stands out. Matt Holliday. Maybe. Who's some good utility guys here? Utility. Chris Gomez has got some utility. No power. Utility outfield. I got to pick 3 of these guys. Okay, Chris Gomez. Stanton is okay. I guess we'll go with Stanton. I mean, based on what I have here, I think we're going to go with either Pasqua or Holiday. go with Holiday. All right, and bronze. Rico Cardi for sure. I don't need pitchers, and everyone's a pitcher. I've got 11 pitchers. What is the best of 9? DH is being used. 1967, 3. I don't need 12 pitchers. I guess it's got to be Cardi, Martinez, and Williams. Could have been worse, I guess. Oh, man, things were looking so good until that pitcher round. I'm going to get crushed. Not one high-end pitcher here. Tannehill, Crothers, Grove, Scherzer, and Terry. Let's move Terry up a bit. Grove will move up. Maybe Scherzer. Tannehill, Grove. Let's go Grove, Terry. Normal, medium. Normal. Ouch. 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 I do like my hitters, though. They have Buck Ewing playing, but I think it's got to be Johnny Bench. I think Buck Ewing goes to third. Against the lefties, especially. Buck Ewing to third. Molitor. Bench, Murray, Hornsby, Ewing, Jennings, Ramirez, Charleston, Tatis, and Gwynn. Don't really like Gwynn as a DH. I think I'd rather have Ramirez as a DH. Which would mean Charleston would have to go left and Gwynn center. .107 range in center field. What's Manny? Yeah, Manny can't. I don't like him in left field. He's got to be my DH. All right, I can fine tune that off screen. I have to think I'm one of the top in terms of hitters out there anyway, but pitchers, I got to get some luck on the pitchers. All right, we're going to send you over to Ezra Denny. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you for tuning into the hockey stream. All the best in the PTCS. Don't forget, extra drops tomorrow. You can get up to 60 packs depending on how well you time moving around from place to place. I will be on with my special drops after Dishnet unless I make it far in the tournament. If I go far in the tournament, I'm going to come on earlier and start streaming some of my games. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Friday night, and we'll send you guys over to Ezra Denny.